Welcome back to Professor Layton and the Unwound Future, Part 20. And since summer has officially started in Canada, well, because school has ended, I can finally make more Let's Plays. So, I'm currently aiming for one Let's Play each day, and that, or maybe even two, so it will help me increase my view count. Anyways, moving on. Our story so far. Layton and Luke return to their own time to get a better understanding of their case. Back in present-day London, they seek out Chelmy, who was also at the time machine demonstration. The two set out for Scotland Yard in the hopes that the inspector can shed new light on the case. So we left off talking to that officer on the left, and I guess we'll climb up the stairs to meet Professor Chelmy, or not Professor, Officer Chelmy, or Inspector Chelmy. So collect 10 coins first, and first impressions is that his office is extremely messy. And, oh, Inspector Chelmy isn't here. Let's go talk to Barton then.
Nothing like a nice cup of tea to soothe jangled nerves.
Good day, Barton.
Good day to you, sir.
Barton, we wish to have a few words with the inspector, but I don't see him here.
I don't see him here either.
I was led to believe that he was here, in his office.
Yes, she was. Then he got up and left. It was all very sudden. ... I'm too puzzled by his sudden disappearance. Barton! I sincerely hope you're not spreading misinformation about me. I just needed to pop downstairs to see the commissioner. Ah, yes, you did say that, sir. Use your ears, constable. You'll never move up in the force if you don't learn to listen.
Greetings, Inspector.
Apologies for not saying hello, Layton. What a surprise to see you.
Welcome to my humble office. Forgive the sudden intrusion, Inspector. I hear that you're leading the investigation on the Prime Minister's disappearance.
I am, and it's you I'm speaking with, and I'll be quite candid, this case has Chelmy completely baffled. Dozens of eyewitnesses, myself included, and not one blasted lead to work with. Since you were there, I might as well hear your take on things. Have a seat.
Layton was questioned on the day of the accident, so what should we do now? Let's go talk to Chelmy again. Oh.
We've already established that you were there when the explosion occurred.
Yes, I certainly was.
Then you must believe, as I do, that there was no way anyone could have survived that blast. Not that quack Stogger, not his staff, and, though I hate to say it, not the Prime Minister. But what confounds me is that not a single trace of that lot remains.
What do you mean by that?
What I mean is we've canvassed the whole place and haven't found a thing related to the victims. No bodies, no clothing, and no shoes. Not even so much as a pocket watch or ring. All we recovered from the scene was the 10 tons of scrap metal that were used into the machine. No people, though.
There were 8 of them, sir.
What? Did you just say something now, Constable? There were 8 of them, sir. 8 people vanished. Ah, yes. According to eyewitness reports, 8 people vanished from the scene. That group consisted of Stoggen, a handful of his assistants, and obviously the Prime Minister.
Now, how in the world do 8 people just vanish? It's just like a blasted magic trick. Don't worry, Inspector. From what I've heard, the Prime Minister is still alive.
Ah, young Luke, a good lad, and keep quiet, alright? The adults are having a serious conversation here. If you're bored, why don't you and Barton go play in the hall?
Inspector, I assure you Luke isn't making this up.
What? Well, don't leave me scratching my head like a fool. Explain, Layton.
Before I do, I must ask a favor.
And what would that be?
Do you recall the explosion that occurred at the Polydimensional Research Institute 10 years ago?
What did you say?
I'll take that as a yes. It is imperative that I see any and all case files on that incident.
You just might be on something here, Layton. What do you know?
Nothing at the moment, but I have a suspicion your current case and this old one is linked in some way.
I'd like to help, really, I would, but those files are sealed and require top-level clearance. Even a high-ranking officer like myself would have trouble getting my hands on those.
I see. I hope a man of your status might have the influence necessary to acquire those documents. Unfortunately, it seems I may have hoped for too much. I'm sorry for having asked the impossible of you.
Just wait a minute, Layton. I might be able to get access, actually.
Excellent.
Just one more thing. Those documents won't come for free. I want to hear everything you know or suspect about the Prime Minister's whereabouts.
Of course. Since once I've seen the documents, I'm sure my theory is sound.
Barton, head down to the archive room and find those old files. Tell them Right away, sir. Those files can't leave the archive, but you can read them there. Head downstairs past the lobby into the basement.
Much appreciated, Inspector. Okay, let's go to the police archive. So, down those stairs.
Hello.
So let's go look for coins. That's one. What? Just look at all the cases the police have encountered. Well, considering you live in London, yeah. Okay, that's three. Let's go talk to... Whoa. Welcome to the archive. Blah, blah, blah. They're talking. Okay. Let's go examine here. I think there's a hint coin here. Well, there we go. And let's talk to Barton again.
Oh, now he has a puzzle.
You know, it seems like the inspector is always yelling at you. Don't you get tired of it?
It's not so bad. Sure, he scolds me, but only when he has a good reason to, which is often, unfortunately.
Oh. He makes a lot of mistakes, and chit-chat, but... Puzzle number 51, park the car, worth 15 picarats. You need to get to your car into the parking lot marked by the flag in the middle of the grid below. As you can see, you can only enter the spot from one side, which is here. So, when you encounter an X, you must turn left or right. When you encountered a 0, you must continue going straight. Also, your car is a bit of a clunker and can't go in reverse. Draw a line from your car into the parking lot. Okay, if your car isn't able to go in reverse, how are you supposed to park, like, in a parking lot anyways? This doesn't really make sense, unless if you have, like, a tow truck every single time you park your car, but... Okay, this is how you're supposed to answer, I suppose. Oh, no. Okay, good. I did not just press submit. No, of course not. Why would I? Anyway, so let's see. If we go straight, if we need X, we have to turn left or right. Let's turn left, then go straight, and let's turn right. Let's go up, do this. I'll go straight until we meet here. Then go up, and turn down, or to the left. down, and into another circle, and oh, guess what? We solved it. So that should be the answer. Oops. There we go. No, yeah, there we go.
This one's as good as solved. I knew it!
Nice driving. Thank you. Wonderful work. Yes. Well, obviously he's Luke. Luke has the mental capacity of a 16-year-old. Let's just put it that way. I actually wonder how old Luke is, because he seems like he's 10, but, you know, with the brains of his, you know, he might be 14, 16, 17, maybe even 31. He just hasn't reached puberty yet, just like Justin Bieber. Anyway, let's talk to Professor Layton now. That file yielded some very valuable information, Luke. What exactly did you find out, Professor? Let's just say I'm very confident the Prime Minister is still alive. However, the only way to save him is to travel to the other London, where he's being held. You think he might be trapped in the future? Perhaps. Let's bring this discussion to the inspector. Okay, let's walk down and report our findings to Chelmy.
Well, Layton, did your investigation bear any fruit?
It did indeed. To start, allow me a few questions. Inspector, were you involved in the investigation into the explosion at the Institute 10 years ago?
Yes, I was there ages ago.
10 years isn't that long. 30 years is really long, but whatever.
Ages ago. I remember I had just been promoted to assistant inspector.
I see. And do you remember the names of the scientists thought to have caused the explosion?
Let me think. It's coming back to me now.
One man's name was Alan. Dimitri Allen. Weren't there two scientists implicated? Do you remember the second scientist's name? It was quite a long time ago, you know. I see you're having some difficulty remembering. Well then, what about the victims? Do you remember how much about them? Or do you remember much about them?
The explosion caused substantial damage to the area and destroyed a neighboring apartment complex.
One of the lab's assistants perished in the explosion, as did several tenants in the building next door.
Strangely enough, though,
I think both of the scientists involved in the experiment survived. That was very informative, Inspector.
Good, because I've got a few questions of my own now.
How do you think this old case relates to my current one? This is just a theory, but I think the Prime Minister is being held somewhere beyond the influence of Scotland Yard.
Do you mean he's being held captive in another
country? You may find what I'm about to tell you hard to believe,
but I think Bill Hawks is being held captive in the future. If this is your idea of a joke, I'm not laughing.
I can understand your skepticism. Thank you for all your help today, Inspector. Should I learn anything else about the Prime Minister's whereabouts, you will be among the first to know. Come, Luke, let's be off.
Now wait there.
We had a deal. Surely you've got more for me than a far-fetched theory. Inspector, I've told you as much as I know at the moment. Now, please excuse us. Okay, let's go walk down, I suppose. And walk down more. Now, that's... okay, so they just went there, and let's go back to the clock shop. So... should we go to Midland Road? Yeah, maybe we should. Yes, we should. Hey, look! The car is still broken. Derp. let's go talk to Vito again, our good friend.
Oh, it's you again. Where are you heading now, Smallfry?
I can't say. It's secret.
Well, I was going to offer you a puzzle, but you look like you're in a hurry, so forget about it.
What's that? You've got a puzzle that needs solving?
Woohoo! I've got your attention now, don't I?
This puzzle is worth 30 picarats. There are 3 sheets of transparent plastic with different patterns painted on them. If you layer them correctly, a checkerboard pattern appears. The order in which they layer is important, and you can't flip or rotate the sheets. Which sheet goes on the very bottom, A, B, or C? You know, let's see. A sheet that contains adjacent squares is probably the same color that can't go on top. So, let's see. I see. So, A can't be on top or below B because here, and then over... You know, I'm just going to guess and say B is the answer. Because guessing is always fun.
How about this?
Holy crap, I'm right. Yatta! I'm correct!
Phew, that's a relief.
Yes, that is a relief. Nicely done. I have no idea how they have B as the answer, but there's probably some logical way that I don't know.
Splendid job.
Okay, let's go walk up now. I suppose we have to head back to future London now, huh? What's the matter, Luke? Are you scared of traveling through time again? Yes, I mean, no, as long as I don't have to do it alone. Oh, Luke is confessing his love to Professor Layton. How sweet. Of course not. I'll be right here with you. First on the agenda is heading to Chinatown to meet the future Professor Layton, right? That's right, and if my guess is right, we'll find the Prime Minister there as well. Do you think we'll run into trouble along the way? Considering the warm welcome we've received from the family and the casino, I'd say anything is possible. Luke, there's no telling what kind of dangers await us in the future. Maybe it would be best for you to remain here in our time. What kind of apprentice would I be if I left you to face all the danger alone? Of course I'm going too. Oh, Luke is reinforcing his love with Professor Layton. And I am going to save my progress. And it looks like I'll be ending my Let's Play here. And this concludes our Let's Play for this episode. Until next time, bye bye.